SH goes to the cinema. In this episode, we take you through the history of cinema.
Muybridge realized that by projecting the images quickly one after the other, he could see the horse in motion.
Visit Ellie in Italy.
Hey, I think I booked the wrong flight. I'm in Little Italy and not in Italy.
And work with emojis.
Lion King, Harry Potter, Titanic.
I'm Naomi Manug and you're watching SHTV. Welcome to SHTV. I'm your host Naomi Manug. We all love a great movie. So let's start today's episode with the history of cinema.
Cinema, one of the biggest accomplishments of the modern world. This art form can be traced all the way back to the late 19th century. In 1878, an English photographer, Edward Muybridge, was asked to photograph a horse while it was in motion. The purpose of this project was to determine whether or not the four legs of the horse were in the air at once while it was moving. For this project, he installed a racetrack mounted with wires, which would each capture an image of the horse as it passed them. This project turned out to be revolutionary. Muybridge realized that by projecting the images quickly one after the other, he could see the horse in motion. The first motion picture had been created. Shortly thereafter, many inventors jumped on the occasion to further explore this new technology. Inventors such as Thomas Edison and the Lumiere brothers made their own moving pictures that were presented to the masses. In 1894, Thomas Edison created a short film called The Boxing Cats. In 1895, the Lumiere brothers recorded a 46-second film portraying employees leaving a factory. In 1896, they created the short film L'arrivée d'un train à la Ciotat, which showed a train in movement. When this film was shown to an audience, the people got scared because they thought the train would leave the screen and hit them. No one had seen such a thing before. At the start of the 19th century, cinema evolved from simple moving pictures to big productions with storylines and characters. Directors began making use of illusions to create supernatural imagery. This was famous French director Georges Méliès's specialty. His films were artistic. They included unique sets and costume designs and the use of early special effects. Méliès's most famous movie is without a doubt A Trip to the Moon in 1902. The film was about a group of men who organize a moon landing and who encounter strange creatures on the moon. Thus, George is considered the first science fiction director of all time. The movies of this era were not entirely silent. They included music in the background. Moreover, these movies were filmed in one frame and angle, mostly stage-like. More on that in a sec. The 1920s. This decade was characterized by two specific cinematographic movements. The first of the two takes advantage of the stage-like angle of filming in order to create a comedic sequence. Comedy became a popular style of silent films. Actor and filmmaker Charlie Chaplin is best known for his great contribution to this movement. He is known for his character the Tramp that appeared in each of his famous movies. His movies won him many awards and he is undoubtedly an extremely iconic figure in the history of cinema. The 1920s were also marked by a very new movement in Soviet Russia. A Russian filmmaker named Sergei Einstein claimed that making different cuts in films would transmit ideas more effectively to the viewers. His theory went directly against what cinema had been before, the stage-like angle. Let's explain further. Here are two images displayed one after the other. Let's take our first image. Alone, there's not much we can say about it. However, if we play the next image right after, we can guess the meaning. Einstein had created the Soviet montage theory. In his films, Einstein made us use different filming angles and editing to make films that were more modern overall. keep talking about the next exciting cinematographic decades for much longer. In the years leading up to today, we see the addition of sound and color into films, as well as complex special effects, and the list goes on. But we've decided not to bore you any further. All of that is a history for another time.
So my favorite movie genre are historic movies, movies based on real events. Mostly war movies, but also other movies based on things that really happened that interest me a lot. And an example of this type of movie that I like a lot is Saving Private Ryan. It's a movie based on World War II.
Have you been to the movies lately? Here are some do's and don'ts.
Hey, that's my seat. That's literally my seat. I literally put my things here. You little. That's my seat. No, that's mine. Look, I'm already sitting on it. No. I'm gonna literally. You more like me. Hey, that's my jacket. Don't let me. My jacket. Get your jacket. That's mine. My seat. How could you boosh? My seat. My seat. Hey, just point at each other. No, it's like my seat. Like skedaddle. Oh, there is a yellow picture.
完了，一出车车里。我这给玩出来，我出车里。
Don't do like that style. Like, that's don't stab with it. Get that part. not like that movie at all. That one actor actually sucked, man. That man was my uncle. He died yesterday. This movie was in his memory. How dare you? Damn, opinionated. It's a good movie though. Good movie though. Good movie though.
Okay, so my favorite genre of film, it's either going to be thriller or psychological. I really like the intriguing effect of it. I like not knowing what's going to happen next, so it's very entertaining for me. My favorite movies, it's either going to be Escape Room or the second one, Escape Room Tournament of Champions. They're both amazing. So yeah.
Working in the cinema industry can be very interesting, especially when working on special effects. We had the chance to sit down with Emily Margorian and ask her 5 questions about her job.
Hello, my name is Emily Margorian. I am a production coordinator at Folks VFX. I studied at Dawson College in 3D animation and CGI. Though the program is more towards creative fields and more veered towards animation, modeling, texturing, etc., I preferred working in production and working more towards the organizational side of visual effects and movie making. A usual day of work for me starts at 9 o'clock. I start the day off with dailies, which are meetings with the supervisors and the artists. The supervisors give feedback on the artist submissions. My job is to write the notes, make sure everybody is looped in, and to make sure that the schedule is adjusted in consequence. During the day I do rounds with the artists. I check in with them to make sure everything's okay, they're on target, and if they have any flags, to alert their supervisors or the production team to make sure that they get the support that they need. And at the end of the day, my job is to send off whatever we decided to send to the client for our deadlines. So I package up whatever submissions we have, send it off to the editors so they could format it and send it off to the clients. In the 2 companies that I've worked for, we've worked on a variety of things. I personally have worked on a variety of genres in regards to film and TV series. I've worked on stuff like Zombieland 2, Lovecraft Country, a couple episodes of Loki, the Fear Street series, the 3rd season of Umbrella Academy, movies like Single All the Way, Beau is Afraid, Harold and the Purple Crayon, and a few other smaller series like the Charmed remake or TV series like Republic of Sarah, which are quite smaller series. Depending on the companies you work for and depending on the size of the projects, in my position we work on a bunch of different projects throughout the years. How do special effects work in movies is a very big question. Usually it'll all depend on what the client wants. They will shoot their film either in front of a blue screen, a green screen, or on location, and depending on what they want, we will provide it. If they want a creature to be made or a character to be made, our modeling team, texturing team, and rigging team will be taking care of that. They'll design something either based on the client's concepts or we'll provide concepts that the clients will approve, and then we'll create the model for that. Then that is sent off to our animators who will apply it into the scene. They'll make it move or whatever actions that the client would like. Later, if the client wants an explosion or smoke effects or magic effects, our visual effects team will do that. Then it will pass on to lighting to relight the scene and to relight the elements that we've added in to the initial shot. and then that gets passed on to our compositing team, which is the last step of the pipeline, which is basically when all of the pieces are put together, refined to create the final product that you see on your screen. My favorite projects to work on are ones where we get to be involved from start to finish, from when we get to work on concept work all the way until the final compositing. It's very cool to see how hard the artists work on the entire process and until we get to deliver the final product to the client. My favorite effects, I guess, are ones where we get to see a creature that is animated come to life and look like it's actually in the picture. So from the modeling process into the animation and then the lighting, texturing, and how it's composited into the final product is really, really cool to see. And it's gives me a lot of joy to be part of the process to help the artists succeed in their work.
My favorite film genre is science fiction because I'm someone who's really interested in the future and what can really possibly happen, and science fiction is something that's realistic. And my favorite film is Interstellar by Christopher Nolan. It's a film about gravity, time, space, really everything, and it's the best film ever, I think, of all time. Thank you.
Have you seen Emily in Paris? Well, Mr. Lou wants to improve that with Ellie in Little Italy.
What the flip? Hey, I think I booked the wrong flight. I'm in Little Italy and not in Italy. But don't you live around here? Can you meet me here?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Hi guys, guess who's with me? It's Kiki. So I'm here in Little Italy. We're having such a great time together.
Oh my god, look what I just saw.
After that day at the restaurant, nothing was the same anymore.
I still can't get over what happened at the restaurant. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen again.
Secret to tell you, we're actually gonna go on a couple of dates.
Good luck. Bye, I gotta go.
Okay, bye.
The next day, Ellie decided to get ready with Kiki together to go on the date.
Do I keep my mascara?
Wear mascara, you wanna wow him.
But after all of those dates, it was too late. She had to go home and leave him.
I'm really gonna miss you.
So my favorite genre of film is horror movies because there's just that thrill aspect that you get when you watch a horror movie. The jump scares, you know, the scary is just like what I'm looking for, because other genres are just slow and boring. So although you might get jump scared, it's the best genre of film. And my favorite horror movie is Insidious, all of the Insidious movies, because they scared me a lot when I watched them and I had a great time.
What do emojis and movies have in common? Absolutely nothing. And we saw that miserable emoji movie. That's the topic of this week's SHTV challenge.
Hi, I'm Karnindo Shriyan, the host of the SHTV challenge. My favorite type of movie is crime. So, maybe this week's challenge will be to make a movie about me, the best in the biz. Let's find out what the challenge is.
Hi, I'm Sienna Jabran, SHTV Challenge Master. This week's challenger has to guess a movie based off only emojis.
That's the challenge. I've done a lot of those. I'm a pro. From now on, I will be speaking only in emojis.
Hi, I'm Connie and I accept this challenge.
Ugh, I just finished arguing with Mr. Lu if I can continue to speak in emojis for the rest of my career. But as usual, Mr. Lu is trying to torture me and he said no. I have to use words. I don't like that. Let's see if they can guess the movies.
Lion King, Harry Potter, Titanic, Ice Age, Star Wars, Beauty and the Beast, Ghostbusters, It, Winnie the Pooh, Finding Dory. Yeah.
My name is Lilith and I accept the challenge. Lion King. Shazam. No. Shazam. Superman. No. Harry Potter. Yup. Titanic. Ice Age. Star Wars. Beauty and the Beast. Ghostbuster. It. Winnie the Pooh. Finding Nemo. Good job. Okay.
Hi, my name is Jessica Merchant. Hi, my name is Katya Khaznajan and we accept the challenge. Lion King. Flash. No. Harry Potter. Titanic. Ice Age. Star Wars, Beauty and the Beast, Ghostbusters, It. Wait, I forgot the name. I don't know the time. Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Yay!
Well, that looked very interesting. Mr. Lu, can we do an entire episode using only emojis? I mean, can't possibly be worse than the emoji movie. Anyway, join us next week for another SHTV challenge.
Okay, so my favorite movie genre is gonna have to be comedy. I don't like getting scared when I'm watching a movie, so horror is out. Other than that, like adventure or fantasy is fine, but I'd have to say comedy is my favorite. I like laughing when I'm watching a movie. I'd have to say one of my favorite movies of all time is gonna have to be Grown Ups, and Grown Ups 2, whichever. They're both very funny movies. I enjoy watching them, so yeah.
Thank you for watching SHTV. Over the course of this episode, you saw our favorite movie genres. Let's leave you with one more movie-related thing.
Okay, my favorite movie genre has to be thriller. And from that genre, I really like the movie Sixth Sense. So it's a young boy that lives through a certain type of trauma, and because of a certain ability that he has, and throughout the movie you see the difficulties and everything he goes through. It just becomes a very, very long and interesting movie with interesting plot twists that come with it. So yeah, and with this movie you just learn how it works, and it's just very interesting if you're into like psychology and all that stuff.
My favorite movie is actually a trilogy, the Back to the Future movies. If I had to pick from one of them, it would be Back to the Future 2. It's a sci-fi movie, and this movie explores how the main character goes to the future so he can solve all his problems from the doctor. Amazing movie, I highly recommend it. I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, it's an amazing movie. Thank you.
My favorite movie genre is comedy, and from that genre my favorite movie is probably White Chicks. I watched this movie at least 5 times and I really like it because it's funny. Why would I watch a movie if I'm not having fun, you know? I don't want to be scared, I just want to have fun. It's basically 2 cops that go undercover and pretend to be 2 white girls, and they dress themselves as white girls, and at the end they almost get caught, so it's really fun to watch. You should watch it if you're a girl. If you're not gonna like it if you're a boy.